No, I didn't.
Eyewitness Dennis Fallon asked Sciarrotta if he could sit down.
And what'd you say?
I did give him a wise remark. And then
what was the wise remark you gave?
I told him, if, the only way he was sitting here within the next 5 minutes is if he grew blonde hair and
Dennis managed to get a different seat.
And then Mr. Fortini came over. I guess, they tried to muscle me out of the seat.
How they try to muscle you out of the seat?
He was the aggressor.
I answered nicely.
He was the aggressor? Mr. Sciarrotta was seated where he was seated now.
I turned to Mr. Sciarrotta. I said, "Now I'd like to sit down." He says, "No, now I'm not moving. Now it's a power struggle." I said, "There's no power struggle." So I'm actually, again, "Can I please sit down?" And again, he said, "No." With that...
Did he say, "May I please sit down"?
Yeah, but all his friends were...
Did he say,
yes.
"May I please sit down"?
All his friends
Listen to what I'm saying. Did he say that?
Yeah, he said that.
Okay.
With that, one of my friends, Mr. Fallon, reached across to push the bags. Being fed up with what was going on, just, "Come on, move these things." He grabbed Mr. Fallon's arm. With that, I pushed Justin and Dennis back. Within seconds of pushing him back, Justin came out with a miniature baseball bat.
I mean, a facsimile of the bat that you were hit.
Just like this.
Is Plaintiff's Exhibit 1, is that
Yes.
correct? Not this bat, but
One
a
just like it.
facsimile of it.
Exactly. He swung it 3 times. The first time striking me, which knocked me back. The second time striking one of my friends in the hand, who ended up going to the hospital also. The third time missing. That's when my friends were standing up, when the bat was being swung.
And they grabbed him and subdued him?
Well, they grabbed the bat.
Where did the punches and kicks come in?
Just sit down.
From one of your friends.
Yeah.
He says I was pushed. They're making them sound like they were total innocent the whole time, sitting there being angels. I was assaulted by all 4 of his friends, plus him.
We were pushing him back to try to get him away from his stuff after he hit Michael, because our fears was that he did have something else. And then later on, when the officers came forward, we found out that he did have a knife.
The police were called in, and Justin was arrested.
You had that knife on you?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Anything else you want to tell me?
I would never have used a knife on somebody.
But a bat?
Yes.
Not only would you use a bat, you did use the bat.
Yes.
Where did it hit you?
Right across here, giving me 16 stitches and knocking my
underneath your lip?
8 on the outside, 8 on the inside.
Both men produced medical expenses from the altercation. Fortini's totaled $4,165. Sciarrotta's came out to $1,460. Judge Roberts' decision came swiftly and sternly.
I find you to be, Mr. Sciarrotta, 100% liable on this particular matter. I think that, 1, you can't hold your booze and you shouldn't drink that many beers. 2, you got a smart mouth and no brains.
Bye-bye.
You hear what I'm telling you?
Sure.
These gentlemen had a right to sit down. You admit they asked you politely to sit down. You decided that you were going to show how tough you are. Well, you know how tough you are? He has sued you for $3,000. I award him $4,165. That's his award. And you get nothing. Sure. And the only thing I wish is that when you were subdued, somebody didn't kick you in your butt. Maybe we'll put some brains in your head. That's the judgment of this court.
Following the verdict, I spoke to Justin outside.
I was outnumbered tonight as I was on the train, and they want to be tough guys. Now he could be a tough guy with a scar on his face.
You have no remorse about pulling out a bat and hitting a guy in the face for asking for a seat on the train?
Only that I didn't hit a few more of his friends before they got it away from me.
Bitter words from a young man who had his day in court and lost. Now, let's hear from the plaintiff.
Do you have any animosity to Justin for what he did to you?
No, I have more animosity, and I'm more bothered by his comments now that he's still, basically with his attitude right now, that it's not over, with the way he's talking.
All right, Justin, come here. Come over here. Don't you want to apologize to Michael?
Sure.
Fine. Good.
I'm sorry, Mike.
Well.
In the end, Judge Roberts gave me a few words of wisdom from nearly 50 years of practicing law.
Macho is a thing of the past. That people that act like macho always wind up with a kick in the butt and wind up the loser.
And as far as that arrest of Justin Sciarrotta, he did plead to disorderly conduct and was fined.